Hello and welcome to another Life in Japan, and as you can see it is snowing at the moment and it's bloody freezing cold. Yeah, it's February 5th 2025, so that's going to date this video, but anyway, enjoy what's coming up. That's better. So as you can see, in February it was snowing quite a bit. No snow in December, no snow in January, but in February, yeah, we did get a bit of snow. So this is filmed in Kokura in Kyushu. This is where I work, not where I live. And yeah, as this lovely slow motion shot shows, we did get quite a bit of snow. Well, for this part of Japan we got quite a bit of snow. I know compared to some parts of the world this is very little snow, but for us it's quite a bit. Now what's not easy to get across in this footage is that it was actually bitterly cold during this period. It was actually -2. Again, not the coldest temperature in the world, but for this part of Japan, that was pretty cold, yeah. Thankfully the trains are still running on time. And this train you can see here actually went into service in 1981. And they're still using it now in 2025. So the area I live in is not the most populated area. This is the city where I live now. This is Shimonoseki. And if you want to know where anywhere famous is in the world, just check out that sign. It can direct you to Sydney, South Africa, Paris, London, the lot. Here we are in March and we found Mario. It looks like he's lost his cart, so he's taking the train home. Actually, I wish I had more footage of this guy. He was hilarious. Don't know whether he was drunk or not, or maybe not quite all there, but he was hilarious. We often do see a lot of game references, and it's good to see that Neo Geo still has its fans. Now often in Japan you will see the police standing outside the police station with their stick. What the stick's for I don't know, probably something to help them stand up straight for long periods of time, but they are there in case you have any issues. Go up to them and they'll help you out. Okay, on to May, and as I mentioned earlier, I do live in a more rural location. Now where I actually live doesn't look this rural. This is pretty old school Japan here. You can see with the stone walls and so on. Quite typical of a lot of the country actually, outside the big cities. But the best thing about being outside the big city is you get some beautiful sunsets. Just check this out. Now drinking culture in Japan is a big thing. As you can see, I'm here in the station at 6 AM in the morning and there's a few people dotted about. During normal operation hours, this station is absolutely heaving. onto July, and this is where the storms start. It doesn't come across on this video, but it is actually throwing it down with a thunderstorm outside. Also in July we had a celebration for people who have worked for a private company in the city for various number of years. I myself was present because I've been working in the same company for 20 years, and they had this little event where they break in the barrel with sake in it, and they all drink the sake out of the barrel. Apart from that, they had this lovely dinner with free drinks and food and so on. In fact, you'll get to see a bit of the food right here. You know, it's more like a canopy food, you know, things like that. It's got a bit of sushi as well, lots of cakes. They had some steak, which was quite nice. And also, to show that it was a pretty classy do, they had a live orchestra. Well, I say live orchestra, but more like a quartet. And here we go with another type of orchestra. These are people doing their taco is what they're called? I can't remember what they're called now. Anyway, they're doing the drum practice for the Tanatabata festival. And through the month of July, you hear this a lot. And to be honest, it's very annoying. And look at these poor buggers over here eating their barbecue. And they gotta listen to that racket continuously for hours on end. Alright, let's take a walk through the streets. Okay, we're in August now, it's getting very, very hot. And you will see quite a few tourists from China and Korea about. Now for me, it's very easy to tell them apart. You know, having lived in Japan so long, you can't tell the difference. But yeah, currently we've got a lot of people, a lot of Japanese people here. Little maid type girl there, advertising some restaurants. That looks like a nice warmly restaurant in there. Typical ramen restaurant. And here we got an old school Japanese kimono shop. Yes, it's good to see that the traditions of Japanese dress are still alive. Now you may or may not know that Japanese train stations do actually have places where you can eat on the train platforms. So in the far background we've got a udon place, the train's just gone past it now. And on the other platform we've got a curry restaurant. And on this platform that I'm on we've got a ramen restaurant. Oh sorry, udon restaurant, this is also an udon restaurant. And soba. And we've got an old guy there tucking in while he's waiting for his train and some other guy on the other side. Now this is a collection of really old school traditional Japanese markets, and it used to be on both sides, the right and left hand side, but 2 years ago the left hand side actually burnt down in a big fire. I did actually feature that on a video at some point in the past. So the left hand side's got big empty spaces now, and it's under construction at the moment. So a lot of the shops are still only on the right hand side, but it does give you a look into old traditional Japanese style marketplaces. And let me tell you, it was very, very hot taking this video. I think it was around about 34 degrees at this point. fish. By the way, that bottle in the water isn't a bottle of rubbish, it's actually filled with ice. It's to keep the water chilled. There's a lot of people here waiting for some very nice refreshments. Apparently that shop is pretty famous, looks like they're making a new batch, hence the people waiting around. This store over on the left is actually a Korean store. Surprisingly, there are quite a few Korean stores in Japan, and this specializes in various spiced up fish and meat and vegetables, things like that. Okay, with the bag's a bit of a dick, just pushing past. And back out into the blazing hot sun with the monorail above us. Look how clean the roads are. Now, one thing which took everyone by surprise, twice in August, JR Kyushu lost power to its main station in Kyushu. This is Kokura Station. Yeah, JR Kyushu kind of sucks. But yeah, here we are in the middle of the afternoon, blazing hot, and we lost all power. As you can see, the billboards there are all off. The light in the background is actually coming from outside, but inside the station was pretty dark. The camera actually makes it look a lot brighter than it was, but this shot here with the kids standing by the lights give you a bit of an idea of how dark it actually was. But yeah, that was fun. Stranded, no way home, so yeah. Now you may think that everything in Japan is tiny, but not everything is. Look at the size of the bloody crows. Actually, I think these are ravens, not crows. But in Japan they do call them crows, or karasu in Japanese. The smaller crows that we have back in the UK, they just don't exist in Japan. These are the only things we've got. But yeah, they don't care about humans. I was right next to this thing and it just didn't care. And taking place on August 13th was the Kanmon Firework Festival. So this is a festival that takes place every year between the strait that goes between Honshu and Kyushu. So basically over the water of the two main islands. And this firework festival went on for a whole hour and it filled up the entire sky. It's amazing. In fact, it was that wide I couldn't actually get it all in shot. I'm surprised the footage came out as good as it did, considering it was filmed on a Pixel 7 Pro. Now you can get an idea of the size of the fireworks based on the buildings below it, and some of these fireworks were absolutely huge. We're talking planet-sized fireworks. Humongous things. And the noise out of it was unbelievable. Just check out this bad boy here. ones on the right, they are huge, absolutely massive. You can tell by the scale of the buildings underneath them. And I'm also about 1 kilometer away from the actual main event. So yeah. And here's the finale. Yeah, that thing was huge. And the delay on the audio gives you an idea of how far away the firework was to when the sound actually came. That gives you an idea how big it can be. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll get another Life in Japan video out a lot sooner than I did with this one. Take care, guys.